Now let's talk about the prime, give me mic around here, let's talk about the prime reason you are here for this evening.
Sure.
And this is your wonderful association with Cole Clark and the honour that has been bestowed upon you by this wonderful organisation. Tell us about your association and where it started and how this come about.
Sure, look, you know, I kept busting guitars. That's what it really came down to. I was looking for something, and then a guy at a gig said, come down to this factory, there's this new guitar company. And this is 11 years ago now.
Yeah.
So I wandered in, and without knowing anything about me, the CEO basically said, I'm going to build you a guitar because we want you to test things for us. And because if you're not going to break it, no one's going to break it. And we found we were looking for the same sound. Okay. So for the last decade or so, I've been playing those instruments and involving myself in the technology advancements. And that's really what it comes down to is, you know, a lot of the guitars that go on the shelf, I'm very proud to say have sort of come through my hands first and been tested by me, and I've made the decisions. We go this way with it, we go that way with it, we put this in it, we take that out of it, or whatnot. And I think when they decided they were going to put out a signature model of some kind, they had their rock stars they could have picked and decided that they wanted to do one for me. I guess partly as a thank you, but probably because I guess I represent more of what the company's about, which is about, you know, guitars for the other guy. Rock stars are always going to sound great, man. They've got 3 sound engineers and 4 guitar techs and a $2 million PA system. You know, these guitars were built intentionally for the other guy. The guy's got to play for 6 people, most of which are playing pool, plug into a PA that belongs in a museum and still have control over his sound and dignity on stage. And that's certainly where I was 10 years ago when they found me. So we've put this guitar together. We've got a lot of emails, people saying, what model does Lloyd play, what model does Lloyd play? So they decided they'd release it to the public.
Must be such a buzz to be able to design your own guitar. Finally say, now I mean, I'm not guitar savvy, but is it all about timbre as well? Like the type of timbre you use to the tone, for the richer tone, the darker woods? Is it all that same?
It's about 3 things. It's about the electronics. For me, are the king, because I'm a live player. I need a great stage sound. The timbre combination is so important, and for me, the bracing and build.
The quality of it.
That's right. That's the 3 things that really drew me to the guitars in the first place. So down the track to be able to design my own and put it in stores, it's amazing. Now I haven't put my name on the guitar. I made a point of not doing that because I was always 50% excited and 50% embarrassed to have my own guitar out there, because obviously, having grown up in the blues scene, I know 100 guitar players who deserve a guitar long before I do. But you know, this was put in front of me, the idea of building a guitar for the other guy, and that's what I've done. So I'm very proud of it, and I'm just looking forward to knowing that there's some young guitar players out there who I might influence enough.
And another thing you've done with this guitar is that you've kept the price down, because as you've said, that signature guitars, they're not cheap.
No, and you know, there was an episode of The Simpsons where Homer Simpson got to build his dream car, and it came out with everything, and it was just utterly ridiculous because it had absolutely everything, and the price on it was $100,000. You know, so that's what I kind of did. I kind of went right. And I thought I was like Charlie in the chocolate factory. I just went
in the toy
crazy.
Shop. Give me the best of everything.
Yeah. What do you want What do you want on the bridge? Like, well, I don't know. What do they make? You know, unicorns' horns from? So I found all of this stuff and I put it on the guitar, and it was a great guitar. I had that guitar at home. It was a wonderful guitar, but it had a sticker price of about $5,000 because I'd gone and got pearls from the bottom of the ocean that was stuck into Titanic and all this sort of stuff. And so what I decided to do was just be honest with myself, strip it back and put the guitar out there that I actually play on stage, as opposed to building something that we can sell for a big price. I thought, well, actually, the guitar I play on stage is great. I love the guitar I play on stage. Let's just build some of those. And it's just got a few little design differences, a little bit of bracing difference, and it's got a second output on it. So it is the first guitar in the world, I think, that's factory made with an electric and acoustic output. So you can do that blend between electric and acoustic sound straight from the factory.
Fantastic. Now, I've been Googling signature guitarists in Australia. Do you I can think of Angus, I can think of Chris Chaney, Living End, Tommy Emmanuel.
Yeah, I believe Phil Manning actually had a Fender years ago.
Yeah.
I believe that might be the case. He lives somewhere out this way. I think he might be listening.
Think of any more?
I don't know. I'm not entirely certain. I imagine Keith Urban's probably got a signature guitar. I know Diesel's got his Mini Maiden.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a wonderful guitar.
Yep.
I don't think there's any of them. I don't think there are any of them that play the pub circuit. I think I'm the only one who's doing that.
So you're honoured to be still playing the pub circuit.
I am. You know, I'm a grassroots musician. That's what I want to be. You know, I mean, I'm very fortunate. I'm at the point where there seems to be an audience everywhere I play. It's not too big, but it's not too small. If I decide I want to stop for a month or so, I just do.
Yep.
So I'm not a day-to-day kind of living musician. I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
And I'm filling the rooms I'm wanting to fill. But you know, the idea of being a celebrity, I had the smallest taste of that in Japan, and it's just something I'm not entirely interested in.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So let's just talk about the launch now. So the launch is this Friday night at the Thornbury Theatre. Great room. If it's the same one I'm thinking of, I went and saw the Three Tones there.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the one.
Nice room. And 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock doors. John O'Zilber, Alex Legg. John O'Zilber's a protege of mine who's a wonderful, wonderful musician and great writer. Alex Legg is arguably the greatest songwriter I've ever heard, and I'm very, very excited to have them both on board.
And have you got your two-piece? You're doing your two-piece as
with
well?
Tim Burnham. He's always with me now. I tend not to play solo much, and I'm loving the new show. Plus, it demonstrates that dual output electric acoustic blend thing I've been doing, and hopefully there'll be several guitars to look at. As well, so people can get nice and up close and pick them up and have a strum if they want to.
Wonderful.
Before the show starts.
Wonderful.
Your baby leaves you in your toe window black. Someday she come walking back. Steps to my door, hear what she say. Please forgive me, baby, for just walking away. Life is a gamble. Could rain or shine. You keep on better than you're bound to win sometime. Yeah, right. Would not shake. They're on the horses, but they would not go. I'm not gonna give up, gonna try it again. You keep on betting, someday you're gonna win. Life is a gamble. Could rain or shine. Yeah, the you keep on betting, and you're bound to win sometime. Hey,
yeah. Woo! Absolutely wonderful. So there you go. You made it happen.
This guy's the business, man. This guy's the business.
From the master, man. Lloyd Spiegel, you are a true gentleman.
We could go on all day.
Yeah, okay. As I said, Michael's going to be on Pete's show, so about 10 minutes. So hang around for that. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to steal Pete's thunder and talk too much about it because we'll let Pete interview Michael and you'll hear him playing live in another 10 minutes or so. So thanks for being on Blues on the Hill. You're actually going to come back and visit me in a couple of weeks, and we'll talk some more.
Look forward to it, man. Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Thanks very much. Now, Lloyd, we've got 10 minutes to go. Let's throw a few at you. Best festival. Come on, you've been at
Best festival. In Australia, Port Fairy Folk Festival. For me, it's just such a wonderful event. I truly have a great time there. And in the States, the Kansas City Blues Festival is just, it's my very favourite that I ever played. But, you know, a festival's only as good as the gig to me, so I happen to have good sets at those festivals too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's funny you said Port Fairy. I interviewed Eugene Bridges, Eugene Highway Bridges, and you wouldn't think of him as a a folk festival, but he raved about Port Fairy.
You know,
he just said the community spirit.
Yeah.
He said the way he was welcomed to the town.
That's right.
And
when the only thing you have to worry about is putting on a good show, you put on a good show. And that's what a great festival brings to you. They take all the stress out of everything else. They make it easy for the artists to get places and easy to get around town. And Port Fairy's really great at that. You know. And then there are a lot of really great festivals in Australia, just for saying.
Okay, and that's what it's all about. And what are you listening to these days? What's on your CD player? Who are you listening to?
In my car right now, it's actually, this is a bit odd, but I'm listening to the best of Harry Belafonte in my car.
Okay,
and if anyone out there has a problem with that, I will fight you. No, I find the rhythms really incredible, and just the presence. I'm right into studying, phrasing and delivery of music these days, and guys like that just have it down perfectly. I was reminded by my son about Harry Belafonte because he saw a clip of the Count on Sesame Street and Harry Belafonte singing together, and I went, right, I'm getting back into Belafonte. But look, I listen to any music that's done well. So
yeah, and that's fair enough. And I mean, that's part of being a musician. We'll call it blues in inverted commas, but it pulls in every genre of music.
That's exactly right. And with blues, for me, I mean, blues is a constant. So there's always some blues in the car. But I have to mix it up with others as well because I need influence from outside. And being an Australian blues artist, the beauty is that because it's not a cultural thing for us, it's something we've inherited via our own listening. So we get to add bits of, blues influenced all this music that came after. Now we get to mix in other things that it influenced. It's really exciting here in Australia.
You are back with Baz, you're back with Blues on the Hill, and my special guest Lloyd Spiegel. We're just about done, we've got a couple of minutes left. It's been an absolute pleasure, Lloyd.
Mate, thank you for letting me talk your ears off in here.
Well, it's been fabulous. Before you go, let's once again, Friday night, get out to the Thornbury Theatre, catch this man live with his two-piece. I saw it last year, absolutely fantastic, plus his special guest, plus you'll get to see this wonderful Cole Clark guitar. He actually gets it handed to him on the Friday night. That's right. That's your official handover. You haven't touched it.
Touched it.
Fantastic. And then you get to rip into it.
Yes, and there'll be 4 or 5 on demo as well for people to pick up and have a look at.
Fantastic. Still tickets available, I'm sure. Just rock up at the door.
Best to go to the Thornbury Theatre website just in case, because they are selling pretty quick at the moment.
Excellent. Okay. Where are we going to be? So after Thornbury, where are you going to be? What's this year
I'm
planned?
spending Saturday and Sunday out in Bendigo.
Are you doing? That's right. You're doing.
I'm playing on the blues tram because I've played on a train and an aeroplane and a ferry, so I felt I needed a tram gig, and then I'm heading and I'm playing a local gig there on the Sunday to support the Bendigo Blues Festival because it's a magnificent event and it needs support. So people should get out there and check that out. And then I'm off on tour as I usually do.
Been a pleasure having you in.
My pleasure. Pleasure's all mine.
If we do get some new material from you later this year or sometime this year, it would be great to have you back.
It's very secretly on its way.
Very good. And we can showcase that. You've been listening to Blues on the Hill with my special guest Lloyd Spiegel.